Hi, I'm Erin Benavides, the Regional Fair Director for Big Spring STEM, and we are excited to have you join us as a judge this year. By now, you should have received an email with our policies and procedures, our judging rubric, and a sample scorecard. I'd like to take a few minutes just to go over the expectations for all of our judges. When you come to the fair, there will be students from grades 6 through 12 representing many schools in Marion County, including public, private, charter, and homeschool. And our role, primarily, is not only to recognize excellent student work in STEM fields, but to also help educate through the judging process and to keep them interested in STEM. Judges represent a professional authority to the student being evaluated, and therefore it is very important that judges conduct themselves in an appropriate manner. The way you ask the questions, the way you make suggestions, and constructive criticism should always be in a tone that will provide encouragement for continued effort. In addition, upon sign-in, judges will be asked to agree to the following: that they will serve in the best interest of the fair and the fair competition, that they will acknowledge any conflicts of interest, that they will refrain from harassing any other individual, and that they understand that they're required to decline any payment or other considerations of value while serving as a judge. Judges are assigned projects based on their area of expertise. Some judges will receive projects to judge that are all in one category. Other judges may receive projects in multiple categories, especially for the categories that are smaller. Our goal is to provide each student with at least 6 interview opportunities. Judges will have 3 hours to complete their judging assignment. Judging assignments typically range from 10 to 15 projects. When you first arrive at the event venue, you'll be asked to sign in. At that time, you will receive your judging assignments. The judging rubric is divided into 6 categories. Those 6 categories are not weighted equally. Please take some time before judging to review the rubric. You will notice for each category that the student is receiving a score on, we've included a suggested score range depending on how you rank that project. And you will also notice that there are some items with asterisks on that rubric that are specific to the engineering design process. Not all projects have an engineering component, and in that case, those items on the rubric would not apply. On the back of the rubric, you will also find suggested feedback prompts. These feedback prompts are there for your benefit. They are not required. They may just help spark some conversation with the student after their presentation. Please feel free to use any of those feedback prompts or use some of your own. When recording scores, you'll be asked to submit bubble sheets. That's right, old-fashioned bubble sheets. That will allow you to hold on to those sheets and not turn them in until you're certain about the scores that you've awarded to each project in your judging packet. You'll be bubbling in not only the scores that you give students, but also your judge's number. You will find your judge's number on your name badge. Any notes and comments you make on these score sheets are confidential. Those notes are for you, and they will never be shared with the participants. Locating the projects that you're assigned to judge can be one of the trickiest parts of this whole process. When you go into the exhibit hall, you will notice that every project is assigned a project number, and that should be attached to the upper right-hand corner of their display board. And then on your score sheets, that project number will also be written out, and they will have a card in front of their table that has their project number as well. You will also see the title of the project. The title of the project will show up on your score sheets as well. So if you come to a project and either the project number or the title do not match, please find a member of the STEM Fair committee to help you find the correct project. Once you've found the correct project to judge, please begin the interview process with introductions. Following introductions, students should have a presentation prepared for you, which you can follow up with any questions and answers that they have. Please just remember to maintain the professional relationship and limit interviews to no more than 10 minutes per project to ensure that you can judge all of your projects. Once you've judged every project in your packet, you'll return that judging packet to the sign-in table. Your judging scores are vitally important. The scores will be used to determine place award winners in each category, as well as finalists for our state and international fairs. From the projects that you judge at this year's fair, we will have 32 represent Marion County at the State of Florida Science and Engineering Fair, and we will have 3 high school level projects that represent Marion County, Florida at the International Science and Engineering Fair. So on behalf of the entire fair committee, thank you for your commitment to students and STEM research. Without you, this fair would not be possible. Thank you.